Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are on 2 Timothy, all of Second Timothy, chapters 1 to 4. And as I've taught in the past, and many of you are aware of, this most likely is Paul's, the last letter Paul wrote. And it's suited that it's to Timothy. It's it's a farewell letter. You can sense that as you read it through, and it's Paul's final instruction to somebody that he saw as a spiritual son. And so these are the important lessons, the lessons that he really wants Timothy to hold on to. They're lessons to do with his personal life, but also lessons to do with the responsibility that had been given to him, his calling, what he was to fulfill. And in the most important lesson here, the thing that he wants Timothy to grab hold of more than anything else, is that for life and ministry, for his life and for his ministry, the most important thing is to remain focused on Jesus. Everything comes out of that. Everything flows from that. If you want to be a good parent, then make sure that your focus is on Jesus. If you want to be a good husband, a good wife, make sure your focus is on Jesus. If you want to be good at business, make sure your focus is on Jesus. Whatever it is, by being rooted in the source of life, the life source that is in you, by being focused on that, then the river of love is going to flow through. That stream of power is going to flow through. The peace and the joy that you need in all circumstances of life is going to be flowing through. Everything that you need. That's how Peter put it. Everything that you need for life and for godly living is found in Christ. It's all been planted in you. As you've received Christ, you've received all of that. Our problem is with all the distractions, and we get overwhelmed with things. We get overwhelmed. If you stop and think of it, when did you fail as a parent? It was usually in a crisis. It was usually when you were trying to juggle so much. It was usually when something was overwhelming you. When did you fail in business? Same thing. When did you fail as a spouse? Same thing. It's usually in those storms and those heightened times. But you see, Jesus is our peace. And when he's our focus, when everything is filtered through him, then all the priorities are put in place. And circumstances never take priority over relationships. They never do. It's always really, Jesus will always have us focus on people. It will always be about people. It won't be about the argument. It won't be about the difference. It won't be about the finances. It won't be about any of those things. It will be on the people. You will find it easy to ask forgiveness. You will find it easy to give forgiveness. You will find it easy to set aside any offenses. You'll find it these things because your focus is there, because it's a constant renewal every day and refreshing every day, and you remember everything that God has done for you, everything that how he loves you, how he's pursued you, how he calls you by your name, how he knows every hair on your head, how he knows every thought that you have, not to judge you, but to help you. There's nobody who knows how to help us like he does. And when we're going to him for that, those are all the resources that we need. Everything that we need to be what we need to be in this place are found in him. Listen, I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys have experienced this so many times. So many times. You guys know this. And sometimes we forget it, and we forget it often when we're in the storms, and when we've lost our focus, and when we're not pursuing the relationship with him that we've been designed for, and then we get out of our function, and then it's like an engine breaking down, sputtering, putting, and it'll go along for so far, but eventually it's just going to stop, and you will stop functioning according to his love and his grace and his mercy, and it'll be about what you think is best. and you'll react according to your animal instincts. I think that's how Paul put it. Our animal instincts is how we will respond. And that's not what we've been called to. We've been called to something much, much higher, much greater, much more important, something that the world needs to see. And they need to see that the kingdom is more beautiful than this world. The kingdom is more beautiful than anything this world has to offer. But often they miss that because we don't live it. We know it, but we don't live it. And if they miss it, that's on us. That's our fault. It's not because God hasn't made it visible to them. He has, but He's made it visible through us. And if we don't know how to love a brother or sister, if we don't know how to take care of those who have needs, if we don't know how to show forgiveness and mercy and grace, if we're not demonstrating these things, if we don't know how to love our enemy, then how will they ever see how beautiful the kingdom is? So this is what Paul is saying. Timothy, keep your focus. See, Paul set an example for Timothy in life, but he also set it in death. He showed him such a peace and a calm. Paul knew that his days were numbered, but there was such a peace and a calm. He wasn't worried about himself. What was he concerned about? He was concerned about Ephesus. He sent off a letter to Ephesus. He was concerned about Timothy. He sent off a letter to Timothy with instructions. These are the things that you need to hold on to going forward. Because basically, Paul's saying, I'm not going to be there for you. You need to hold on to this because it's Christ that you need to be anchored to. So I challenge you today. Is that where your focus is? In life and in death, is your focus Christ? In your life and your godly walk, is the focus Jesus? Yeah, that's what it's about. You guys be blessed. Be encouraged today, and just check where your focus is.